Hogan, what'd you make of the president's speech last night?
Well, look, so many things to say about that speech, and Betsy and Rick both talked about having children. They can't imagine this. Joe Biden can. He's lost two children. He started off at the beginning of this speech being heartfelt, being sincere, kind of sharing in the grief and pain of so many around the country, especially those in Uvalde, and then took no time at all to jump right into a political debate. It was absolutely despicable. To try and use these children as a prop. You just brought on someone who doesn't even know where their own child is, a couple of children still unaccounted for. And the president of the United States is trying to use this to talk about gun control in this country. I find that to be absolutely ridiculous. He did not meet this moment. He hurt this country. And again, the speech was about division. He had the chance to unite, and instead he chose to divide.
Betsy, you're a politician. You've had to give difficult speeches before. The president learned about this shooting while he was still airborne, returning back to the United States. And the speech was obviously written quickly. Joe Biden, to Hogan's point, he lost his first wife and young daughter in a tragic car accident. He lost his son, Bo, to cancer not that long ago. This is a man that made his mark in the Senate. He was known as somebody that had tremendous empathy. And during the first portion of the speech, I said, wow, here he is. He's finally doing it. He's uniting us. But to Hogan's point, it was Jekyll and Hyde. In the middle of that speech, it turned immediately to politics. What'd you make of that?
Well, that was very unfortunate. And of course, for viewers all over the country watching all of the television networks and cable channels this morning, they're hearing a lot of the same thing, Rob, and other channels, people talking about it's the fault of Republicans, it's the fault of the NRA. This is not the time to really point fingers and play the blame game. We need to come together, and there are things that we can do as a country right now, even without legislation, to make our kids safer.
So, Hogan, what do you make of what Betsy said? When is the time to start having that conversation? Once again, because we've been here before. It wasn't that long ago that Parkland happened. You were with President Trump when that took place not that long ago in Florida. I was working in Florida at that time, had to go down there and cover that tremendous tragedy.
We had a lot of those folks come to the White House, too, and we talked about solutions and how we could prevent this from happening. But it wasn't the day of. It was after a lot of these memorial services. A lot of these funerals had already, occurred. All of them had already occurred, for that matter, before having the discussion. I understand politicians want to use the moment while it's fresh on people's mind. That's not the time to have the conversation because emotions are high. What are the solutions you can offer to try and prevent this from happening in the future? Notice Joe Biden didn't talk about a specific idea, a specific bill, a specific platform that could stop this, because he didn't even know any of the facts around this case, didn't even realize what kind of weapon the person had, how the person got the gun. None of these things have been uncovered or discovered at this point, definitely not corroborated or confirmed.
Yeah.
And Joe Biden just whiffed yet again. So it takes some time. We've got to heal as a nation, bring everyone together, and then have a sensible, logical discussion about hardening our schools, preventing this from happening. Ideas have been floated out there. This particular criminal who committed an unspeakable evil broke all types of gun laws. More laws would not have prevented him from committing this heinous act.